All right, welcome to video number 4 of this headless guitar build series. So I've been working on the neck for a few days. So far, this is what I got. I obviously have all the frets in, polished. I got everything leveled. I tried rounding the ends and it came out okay. I'm sure if I practice more, I'll get better, but that's my first time trying to do the round ends, which seems nowadays to be the thing for high-end guitars. So why not give it a go? But this is as far as I'm gonna go with the neck. I'm gonna, for now, stay there as I begin to work on the body. And what I intend to do with the body, if you were following along the build, you know that this is how much I got so far. It's just the shape. I intend to route the neck pocket. So for that, I made myself a template. And if I try to fit this neck in here, it's super tight. It doesn't really fit, but I think it's the best way to approach any kind of joinery, not just for guitars, really. You want to sneak up on the fit. This needs to be tight. It's very important that the neck fits just right so that you get all the sustain and you know, just so you get a good joint, really. So I rather make the neck pocket a little too small and then just sand the neck evenly on each side until I get for it to fit really nice and tight. So that's the plan. So all right, let's go do that. Taking my time and sneaking up on the fit, just using my leveling beam, I am finally here. So the neck is inside the body. I'm going to right now just on top of, you know, not glue anything or screw anything down, put a saddle and make sure that I have enough height and whatnot. But this is the plan. So right now there's no glue, there's no screws, nothing holding the neck, and as you can see, it doesn't move. And that's kind of what you really want. You want it to be super tight. Not to the point you're gonna break the wood, obviously, but so that there's really good transfer of sustain and whatnot. So this is where we are. So what I'm gonna do now is begin doing these measurements and then go from there. All right, so the audio here wasn't too usable, so I'm just doing a quick overdub. I'm using some scrap MDF to more or less make a little template on the fly for where the saddles are gonna go. And I drew, as you can see on the body with the pen, where the saddles are going to be the position, obviously measuring 26-inch scale all the way to 25 and then tracing a line. I'm pointing out as well that the pickups, the good thing I didn't route anything because they were completely off, and they're going to be a lot closer together, which is one of the reasons why these guitars have their own tone. I found some pickups that my brother had sent as well, and I forgot all about it, and those are going to be the ones I use, and I'm going to need to make templates for that as well. All right, so after recessing the bridge, the individual saddles really, I grabbed a scrap of MDF and I just kind of cut this curve that is going to serve as my template to begin that curve that goes into the I guess you could call it a hand axis for the tuners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to route a line like that, not very deep, maybe I would say 5-6 millimeters down. And then from then on, then do it by hand, and you know, but I'll have a line to work up to, which is my main concern. I wouldn't want to do it freehand completely, because I want to have a hard limit to where I can't go past that. This is one of the reasons why using a CNC would be a godsend. I obviously power carved as much as I could here. This is where the tuner axis is going to be. But the rest, I'm literally just doing it with sandpaper, a little scraper, and yeah, this is about 35 minutes into it. That's how much I got so far. And I guess if I have to get somebody advice about carving is if you're tired, don't rush it and like, oh, get the power carver and just finish it, because you're just gonna mess it up. If you get tired, you don't want to do this anymore, work on something else or go make yourself a sandwich. But there's no way that rushing this will make it make it better. I've been doing some hand carving after all that power carving. Some people are so good at the power carving that they can basically just go from there to 150 to 220, but not me. I prefer to take my time and go through some sandpapers, rasps, and some files and try to fine tune the shape. I'm really trying to make this a little more streamlined. There's some cracks on the wood here and here that I'm thinking about a creative way of covering. Of course, I could always do the dust with the wood glue trick, but I'm thinking about not hiding them, but quite the opposite. So we'll see how it goes. I guess I'm gonna have to apologize for this video not having enough content. This week has been another crazy week for me and the wifey. We lost one of our babies, one of our puppies, and I didn't get any work done. I just couldn't. And then when I did, I couldn't even get on the camera. So I am going to show you what I have right now and kind of, I guess, get you up to date. And I'll show you some more, of course, on this video. But yeah, that's kind of why there's a lot of skipping around. All right, so far, this is where I am with the body. As you saw earlier, I already figured out the saddles, and I got obviously the neck pocket done. And this carve has taken the most time, really, because I did this by hand, 100%. I did get it started with the power grinder, I should say, but just kind of to lower it. But to get a nice smooth curve, it's really just been a lot of sandpaper, and I modified a file to be able to basically do the job that the right chisel would do. I don't really have carving chisels, so this had to do. Now I made a modification on my little plans here, and I actually cut this part here and drilled the jack hole right there. And I did that because it seems to me that it makes sense that this part here is free of any kind of connection. I think you want the connection to be obviously out of the way of the tuners, but out of the way of the legs. So you can either play the guitar putting your knee here or here, which is the more ergonomic style of playing that I see lately. So along with that, I started carving, as you can see, this is I guess body contours. This one is really for aesthetics, but the one on the back, it is really for the belly contour. Obviously this is the armrest, so that's also happening there. And today I made myself some new templates and started working on the electronics cavity. So this is the inside one, and this is the outside template. And I just got done routing that as well. And so this is what I got. So it does seem kind of small, but it's big enough to what I need. So what I need is, like I was saying earlier, it's going to be a volume here, switch here, and then tone. So it should be enough. If it isn't, then I can always do some carving with a Dremel and make it happen. There's stuff that I've been addressing with this body, some imperfections that I find beautiful that I've been addressing to stabilize the wood as I've been carving it. And I think I am going to try to do a stain, I think, depends on this. But I've been really thinking about using aluminum on this build, using aluminum wire. So we'll see if I get into that. And the last thing that I'm working out today, and I'm going to put a picture right now so you can see it, is the pickups. And I have forgotten that I had these. My brother brought these on his last trip here, and he told me about it apparently, but I forgot. So I was cleaning the finish room and I just saw these and I'm like, oh, you know what? This is it. This is the one meant for this build. It kind of matches the angles, which is absolutely perfect. And of course, one's gonna be going right there. I don't know if you'll be able to appreciate that. And the other one's gonna go right there with following the neck. So I'm working currently on the computer, getting a template done, and I'm gonna show you once it's routed out, how it looks. All right, so I finished routing both pickups and I put the neck back on here. Obviously, I still need to do the carving and all that stuff. But because I want to be able to draw this line, I want to be able to draw how much of the neck I need to remove from I'm going to call it the tongue. And also the angle of the pickup since I'm using the slanted models. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, clean that out, and then I'll show you after I'm done. All right, so here we go. I still need to do a little bit of cleanup with a chisel, but that's fresh off the handsaw there. Cool. Great access to the 24th fret. Both pickup routes are in. Already drilled the hole here for the cables to go through and that one into the cavity. I have to do the one for the ground and we might be done putting holes and stuff and shaping this body. Then I got 30 hours of sanding and that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but just a little bit. And we'll be ready to start finishing.